Hello everyone, IH0386SX. What are we staring at today? Staring at two Compaq LTE 5280s. There's a reason why we have two of them today. And one is simply not going to be enough. Today is the day we are going to benchmark some batteries, or do a head-to-head challenge with them rather. Darn close to it. What is the point of this? Well, this battery on the left here, I know you can't exactly tell that they're Panasonic HHR-380A, but they do use the orange cells. And this one I sealed back up, so I'm not going to unseal it to show what's inside. So that's battery number one. Battery number two is from a newish challenger in the battery world. Let's see if I can tear this apart without making horrible things happen. There we go. They are green cells. These are made by a company called Tenergy. I can get this other side apart. I don't think it's completely glued. That is come unglued. And I don't see any branding on them or anything like that. So yeah, it's a different brand. These are Tenergy cells. I'll take my word for it, but where did Tenergy come from? Well, they're a company out of Oakland, California. They established themselves in 2004. You are staring at my hand. But they were established in 2004. They make batteries and other battery-related accessories. And I know last year I bought a charger from them to test out CMOS batteries, and I had one set of batteries that didn't quite work out for that, but they did try their best to help me out and try and resolve that. So, at minimum, they were worth a try. I also couldn't get the Panasonic cells at the time because everybody and their children were out of them, whether they were on shipping containers or nobody was available to make them. I'm not sure. So what we're going to do, we're going to run both of these machines in the highest brightness setting on the screens. There's going to be a hard drive operation going on, a copy operation going to be going on repeat. They're pretty much identical drives. One has a 1 gig drive, one has a 2 gig spinner. Both IBM, same power requirements to run them. One has 16 megs of RAM, the other one has 32. The only difference is the built-in pointing device does not work on this one on the right, so out comes the mouse. So we must prepare ourselves for the great powering, if you will. And granted, this is a free, low-budget effort here. You can tell our brightness is all the way up, or will be all the way up. I did try to make this video previously, but there were some power settings on one of them that did come on by means of function F7 and ones that didn't. So I'm not sure what that was about, but neither of these machines have such provisions in them, so I think this test will be a little bit more fair. So we shall power both of these on right now, and we'll start our little tester. We'll F10 both of them right now. Well, that's not looking good. I think we may be off to a bad start, but we'll see what happens. As long as the power settings are never always on. That's a little bit concerning, but who knows what's going on with that. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And this one on the right has BIOS version 7.3.2 on it. So when you first start one of these up, it will take a long time. The engineers at Compaq or whoever designed this BIOS did say they did hobble it together quickly, and very little care was taken to assemble version 7.32. So a good way around that is to use version 7.20. Oh, there we go, see? So we are, at least that one's reporting the right amount of RAM. Power management. And we're going to do that. We're going to make it exactly the same as the other. And we're going to start this thing up. Now let's get this thing on the tripod in the hopes I do not stop it. And this computer, to be expected, is not happy. But you know what? If it doesn't shut off, technically that does meet our requirements. Let's see if we can shut her off. Try again. That is so weird. That is so weird. Technically, the work modes are very similar, so I'm going to get things started here, at least on this one on the right. Off to the races. All this copy operation, all this is an XCOPY operation. I have some Windows 95 setup files that I'm just making a copy over and over and over again to simulate hard drive activity. That's all we're doing here. And it looks like this one on the left is going to work just enough so we can actually see what's going, at least in terms of we can put a battery detection on it. Or is this the one that has the bad cursor? Uh-oh. May have gotten my computers turned around here. Well, that's okay. We can live without that. So, at least so I think. All right, so that's one way to do this. So we're going to, oh, no. Oh, this may work. Okay, so let's do it. I guess I could have put that in the what you call it, the command line, and call it a day, but yeah, we're not that simple here, I guess. Let's see here if we can. Nope, not gonna do it for me here. And I don't think I can add a mouse unless it's a serial one. So we're kind of going to be stuck with this setup here, but the good news is we can still see here and here, and that LCD panel's not even working 100% correctly, so that's not helping matters. But what I'm going to do, for the time being, I'm going to leave this run. We'll check in at the 1 hour marker when this timer reaches the 1 hour mark, and we'll see where things are. If I have another mouse, I can connect it to this particular system and we can get a little bit more accurate reading. I'm also going to have 2 versions of this video up. The first one's going to be the shorter version, which has just the hour intervals or major events. The second one is going to be uncut video. But that video, the full uncut one, is going to have no sound in it. Just the short one will. So if you're watching the full thing, keep watching. Otherwise, we'll see you in an hour. Okie doke, we're about an hour. The one on the right is doing a little bit better than the one on the left. If you watch the entire duration of this thing, the computer on the left restarted on its own at some point. I was trying to fiddle around with some power settings that the one on the right had, tried to match up, and during that process, that's when we ran into trouble. So hopefully that doesn't skew things too much, but it is a possibility that that could skew some things here. But until then, we will continue on, either check in within the 2 hour mark, or if something of a major event happens. So if you're watching the full one, we will continue on. Otherwise, we will go to the next eventful thing right now. And we are almost at the 2 hour mark. A little bit of an upset alert here. The one on the left is now considered almost depleted, and the one on the right is considered at 18%. For a while there, it seemed like they were hanging neck and neck, but the one on the right so far is prevailing for whatever reason. So we'll continue to see what happens here. We'll see if there's any differences once one or the other dies. So I will return as soon as there is a significant event, which I imagine is going to happen sooner than later. Okie doke, we are at the 2 hour 16-minute mark. The computer on the left has finally decided that we should switch to battery, or change to outlet power immediately to keep from losing your work. We're going to continue to let this one run out until it finally dies. And depending on what happens, whatever event happens, we will come back. One thing to keep in mind, this one on the right here stayed at 2518. Then finally they both were sitting at 6 for a while, and here we are. So if you're watching throughout, cool. Otherwise, we will leave off when one of these things does something of significance. Alright, this one just died at the 2 hour 21-minute mark. I believe that's the Panasonic cells. So we will write that down. And so far, the Tenergy cells are actually still going. I have yet to receive a low battery warning on this one on the right. What the hell? We'll put it right there. So we will continue to let it do its thing. Once I get a low battery warning, or I notice a low battery warning, that will come back. Otherwise, if you're watching straight through, how about watching some paint dry? Well, that didn't take long at all. Literally not even a minute in, or maybe a little bit over a minute in, the computer on the right started beeping. I didn't get the message that to change over a battery yet, but there we go. So yes, maybe a minute or two difference between the Tenergy and the Panasonic in terms of that message coming up. So it shouldn't be too much longer when this one finally croaks out, and then we'll conclude the video. Okay, doke. 2 hours and 28 minutes for the one on the right, so about a 7-minute difference. I guess I could stop this timer now as we have accomplished our primary objective with this. So minimal difference between the two. I think the Tenergies are a little bit more capacity with them versus the Panasonic, but not by a whole lot. So it's up to you whatever direction you ultimately go with that. But at the end of the day, I think the Tenergys are just as capable as the name brand Panasonic. So let's compare notes before we end this video. Okay, so the Panasonic batteries are most readily available from what I could tell from Mouser. They are a company that has locations all over the world. Mine usually come from Texas. And it is the HHR-380A. The batteries themselves are usually orange. And we look at the specs here, so I want to pay real close attention here. The capacity is 3,700 milliamps. So remember that. And just some stuff. Okay, it's a flat top, and there's the weight. And what one should you get? Well, keep in mind the prices here. If you buy one, it's almost $6 a pop. If you get 10, which all the LTEs, as far as I know, outside the really early ones, have 10 cells. So if you get the 10, you go from $574 to $475. If you have a lot of packs to rebuild, let's say you have 5 packs to rebuild, it goes down to $4.16. So something to think about before we compare notes with our other friend here, the Tenergy 4/3. This is the AF for whatever reason. That's my mistake. You do not want the one ending in F. You want this guy right here, this $4.39 one right here. And this is right at top, it says 3,800 milliamps. So it looks like this battery, this Tenergy, has a little bit more juice in it compared to the Panasonic variant. But do keep in mind, let's say we buy 200 of these, or put them in the cart rather. Here's your cart. Regardless of how many you purchase, it's going to be $4.39. If we get 200, well, it'll be $3.63 a pop there. So that is just something to think about if you have a lot of them to rebuild. And the difference is negligible. Like I said, 7-minute difference between two equally configured machines. There may be certain scenarios where this one lasts even longer. I'm not entirely sure, but at any rate, I would feel comfortable using either one in a battery pack. So that being said, I'm going to pretty much end it right here. If you watch the full version of this, well, thank you very much. If you watch this one, great. I'm not actually going to publish the full variant. It's just going to be a link in the description. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments or constructive criticism or a more scientific way to do this, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. As always, thank you for watching.